Antibiotics have become an important part of today's medicine. There are multiple types of antibiotics prescribed and used. Misuse of antibiotics is becoming more common. This can lead to antibiotic resistance, which causes some infections to be difficult to treat or even cure. In 1928, Sir Alexander Fleming discovered penicillin. He was experimenting on the influenza virus when he observed the common fungus Penicillium mutalum had destroyed the bacteria on the Staphylococcus culture plate. This opened the door to later antibiotic discoveries. How does antibiotics work? There are two different classification groups of antibiotics, bactericidal and bacteriostatic. Bactericidal antibiotic kills bacteria by either interfering or with the formation of cell walls or its contents. An example of a bactericidal antibiotic is penicillin. Bacteriostatic antibiotics stop bacteria from replicating by interfering with bacterial protein production, DNA replication, and other metabolic features. An example would be a tetracycline. Antibiotics can be further classified into families. Some examples of these families are beta-lactam, cheloids, and macrolides. Beta-lactam antibiotics kill bacteria that are surrounded by a cell wall. Another example is penicillin. Macrolide antibiotics affect ribosomes, cell protein building machinery. An example would be erythromycin, which is used for skin and respiratory tract infections. Quinolone antibiotics causes DNA strands to break and prevent repair during DNA replication. An example would be ciprofloxacin, which is used for bronchitis or pneumonia. Along with killing all the bad bacteria in your body, antibiotics also kill the good bacteria, also known as normal flora. This is a cause for more infections. This brings me to the topic of antibiotic resistance. Antibiotic resistance is when an antibiotic loses its ability to kill or control bacteria. Resistance in bacteria is a natural occurrence. It's a fight for survival. Resistance is a selective trait for natural selection. How does this happen? Some bacteria are naturally resistant to certain types of antibiotics. Other bacteria can gain resistance in two ways: genetic mutation and acquiring resistance from another bacterium. Mutations are rare spontaneous changes in the bacterium's genetic material. Different genetic mutations can lead to different antibiotic resistance. Some mutations allow for bacteria to produce potent enzymes that inactivate the antibiotics. Other mutations can eliminate the target of the antibiotic attacks. There are many other different mutations that can help a cell become resistant. Bacteria can acquire resistance from other bacteria. One way this happens is conjugation. Conjugation is a simple mating process where bacteria can transfer genetic information to other bacteria. Another way bacteria gain resistance is by viruses. Viruses can pass resistance traits to bacteria by using. This happens because the resistant traits of one bacteria are packaged in the head of the virus. The virus then injects the genetic information into the other bacteria. Bacteria can also acquire the trait by accepting free DNA from the environment. Along with receiving resistant traits, bacteria have the ability to become resistant to multiple different antibiotics and even different families of antibiotics. How can we prevent antibiotic resistance? When you go to the doctor, be sure to ask for cultures. Once you are sure that antibiotics are needed, be sure to take antibiotics exactly like the doctor prescribes. Never stop early. Always finish the prescribed dosage. Do not save antibiotics for later use. When you feel sick, go to the doctor. Don't take antibiotics. Don't ask for antibiotics if you don't need them. Thank you for watching.